Alright, first of all, today is 9/11. Y'all niggers, I don't mean that in a slang or a racist insult. There's a nigger in every race. It means stupid person. Unless y'all fuckers are reading them dictionaries that came out last year that now add nigger as a derogatory term is what it says. Anyway, today's 9/11. I was 9 years old when that happened, and I remember I was sitting in history class, and the shit hit the fan. Now, I don't know how many of you non-American sons of bitches know about that, but it's your fault. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It is your fault, but I'm kidding. So I did a tattoo last night, and I think the outline came out pretty well. We probably gotta wait till Monday to finish the shading, but this is what this tattoo looks like.
You know, maybe they give you those things for a reason.
That's Kelly.
To keep me dumb. To keep me the invisible thing.
Yep, there's the Kelly. Yep, that's the nigger I put it on. He's offended now. All the white privilege. I saw this damn thing on Facebook earlier. Some fucking stupid college girl. She's white, so don't think that all white people are racist against black folk, because some of them are just as dumb as the ones that believe that only black lives matter. Anyway, no, that's not what I'm talking about today. I watched this video. These fucking Russian bastards. They did some kind of experiment as a sleep test, and they had POWs. Well, they were technically political refugees that were deemed enemies of the state. And these sons of bitches were in a room with oxygen masks on, and they were supplied with some kind of experimental gas. It's a trippy fucking video. If you get a chance, watch it. Kind of give you chills. But, anyway, after 5 days, they stopped talking through the microphones, and these researchers were wondering what in Sam hell's going on up in there. So they started doing these fucking little things over the microphone where they're like, hey, y'all niggers up in there, are y'all alive? Nobody would respond. Like on the 5th day, one guy started screaming really bad. I think he was on his period and they didn't give him any pads. So, like the 6th day they went in, and come to fucking find out, one guy had been just completely torn apart. Like, motherfuckers were ripping him apart. And, they set him in the center of the room where the drain was. And, like, there was 4 inches of fucking blood in there. Like, all the way around this drain. And it had been clogged up with meat. And they shoved his meat, like his muscle and shit, in the vents and all that, and there was blood everywhere. And these niggas had pulled their own entrails out. Now, I couldn't do that. Maybe I could, but I don't want to. Anyway, these guys have gone fucking insane. They pulled their entrails out. They were still alive. So them researchers went up in there and they started poking them with sticks and shit. I'm kidding. I wish they would have. I'd have poked them with sticks. I'm like, hey, fuckers, stop doing crazy shit. So these guys started talking to him after they turned the gas off. They started screaming about how they wanted the gas back on and whatnot, and they didn't want to fall asleep. So anyway, the researchers went in there. Soldiers had to force them out. Like 5 soldiers killed themselves after this incident. One soldier had 2 ribs broken. And these bastards had no entrails. Like, their entrails were functioning still. They were just sitting on the floor in front of them. Just chilling out. You know. Watching a movie. Eating some popcorn. And these goddamn researchers pulled them out. Started sewing them back up. They had torn shreds of metal. Yeah, they're made out of metal. Anyway. They had torn chunks of flesh off themselves and started eating them. Like, eating them damn selves. What kind of nigga eats himself? Well, they wanted to find out. So they started doing surgery and trying to put them back together and shit. Well, these guys were still strong enough that they started ripping through restraints, fucking nurses up, but they were still tied down enough to where these doctors got this anesthesiologist up in there and started putting a paralytic into their system. Well, even with all the paralytics, these bastards were still thrashing and screaming and shit. One nurse talking about how one of the subjects was winking at her and shit and smiling all demented. He had like half his fucking face torn off, trying to smile. It was kind of like Kelly when he wakes up. Nigga just glared at me. But Nala, you want to add to this story? She don't give a fuck about y'all. But anyway, I thought I'd make this video more interesting. I'm gonna start talking about a little more relevant topics to life, like these Russian bastards. Anyway, so they start going on with the experiments and like putting them back together, and one guy starts like trying to scream and shit, but he couldn't talk because he had torn his vocal cords out. I've done that before. Anyway, yeah, I was there. They started trying to sew him back up. Anyway, one of the doctors got a notepad and was like, "This might be important. I'm gonna let this sumbitch write it down." Write it down. Really? You're sewing a son of a bitch that tore himself apart up, and you want him to write you a message? Fucking Soviets, man. Anyway, what he writes on the notepad isn't what you'd expect. It isn't like, "Go get me some fucking pain meds" or some shit like that, right? Tells the doctor to keep cutting him. He's enjoying this shit. Goddamn masochists. Anyway, apparently this gas turns your hormones and shit up, makes you want to rip shit apart. Don't try and have sex with one of these bastards that's been in that chamber, okay? He'll probably rip your shit up. Anyway, afterwards, they start trying to put him back in the room. This general gets this badass idea that he wants to use it as a weapon. Yeah. Fucking Russians, man. They'll do anything to find war more functional for them, right? Because they're badasses. Well, let's just get guys that'll tear themselves up to go to war. Beside the point. So they put him back in the room, and one of them dies because he falls asleep. Like, that's all that happens. He falls asleep and his heart stops. So the general gets all pissed off and he's like, lock it up, motherfucker. So he leaves 5 researchers in there. I don't know who did this, why the Russians fucking allowed it, but one of the researchers had a gun. Well, this has nothing to do with gun safety, or y'all motherfuckers don't need to put more gun control in Russia, because Putin will look at you and be like, "Get the fuck out of here." I think that was more like German than Russian. My Russian accent sucks a little bit. But hey, can you do a Russian accent? Huh? I didn't think so. Anyway, tries and locks him in. Russian bastard researcher shoots the fucking general in the mouth. They close the door. He shoots 2 of the other subjects that survived and looks at one of them and he goes, "What the fuck are you? Tell me." And starts poking him with a stick again. And this subject starts getting all irate, and he's like, "God damn it, I'm gonna fucking eat your face. You keep poking me with that stick." He had a real Texas accent too. They were Russian though. That shows how badass they are at accents. Anyway, so he tells this guy, he goes, "We are you." So, nigga, you telling me that you're a clone of me? This is what the researcher said. And the subject says, "Well, no. We're your innermost darkness, the shit that you don't want to let out when you go to sleep at night," and blah, blah, blah. So, anyway, at the end, everybody went, I got a little bit of dip stuck into my teeth. Right there, I didn't even notice that. It's alright. I just got off work and had a dip in my mouth. And, I guess I didn't clean it all the way out. Anyway, well, the researcher shoots this motherfucker in the heart. The subject looks at him as he's dying, and says almost free. And they lock the researcher in there, and the video's over. Well, just goes to show you, don't go to Russia. Or Germany, for that matter. I've seen the movie Hostel. Them some bitches are crazy. If you are a sexy white female, this means my girlfriend, Holly, don't go to fucking Germany. They'll sell you to the black market. Start doing crazy shit. If you're a white, stocky son of a bitch in American, or I don't think you have to be American. I think they just hate Americans, though. Don't go to Russia. Because they'll use you as a test subject. Poke you with sticks. But, I figured I'd get back to the point now. Anyway, it's 9/11 today. And, it's kind of a little tribute to the men and women that sacrificed their lives. And, the heroes that pulled some bitches from the fire. If any of y'all are watching this, this is a day to be damn proud of what you've done. A lot more people could have died. And for you fuckers that think that America creates all the terrorism and all the terrorist acts that are existent in our world today, you get your shit straight. Okay? America isn't about its government. It's the people in it. When shit hits the fan, we can become one nation. Alright? We have the ability. So if anybody's thinking about coming and taking over our country, bring it the fuck on. Because like a wise naval commander once said in World War II, one of the Japanese bastards, to attack America on their own soil from a southern border would be suicide, because there will be a rifle behind every blade of grass. You're wrong. There will be 17 rifles behind every blade of grass.